Hi, David, here with Futures Trading. Want to give you a chance to look at the market in real time using the signals that I've provided thus far. We have two particular price action methods that I've released, but with five different applications. And so, what I want to do is give you a chance to look at all of those applications in real time as they show up. And that's the thing. If they all can show up, will be absolutely outstanding. But if not, we're definitely going to look just a little bit in hindsight while looking in real time to kind of get an idea of what it means and contextually try to put it together. If you saw the video this morning, the one that I just released, the rejected twice, we're going to look at those three with the applications that they have. And then, of course, the no touch method, which has its two applications as well. So, roughly two price patterns, five different applications. You can almost argue six because there's one way that you can trade the rejected price patterns. That's not so much what I'm geared towards telling the public, respectfully, but just the three main ways to trade it. So I did put it in that video how you can utilize it because it will show up on the chart and there's a text that show up indicating it, but there's more so just three ways that I really want you to focus on. So without any further delay, let's take a look at what's happening here. We're going to look at the hourly and the range in conjunction with this information as well, so we can kind of get an idea of why the market is being essentially compressed right now. So let's do that really quickly. So here's the hourly. Okay, now this is an hourly chart of Bitcoin, and so you have the big move up, big move down, big move up, big move down, overshot the low. This bar is high, it's not touching that bar's mid, no close back beneath this low. They fell through it, came back up. And so this is them coming back up. They drop back here with that push down, push up, push down, push up. Okay. And then they turn down and pushed up. They turn down, push up. All right. Then they push down again. Now, these are the ranges. Here's the overnight. They pushed down. Here's the overnight right here. They pushed up, made the top of the range here. They pushed down. They pushed down. And of course, wherever you see the blue boxes, let me say that wherever you see the blue boxes, that's just the no close beneath level. All right. And so then they push down here and then they push back up here and then they push back up here, right back into this no close level over here. Okay, so they pushed back up there, right back into that level there. And then they turned around and then they turned around. And when I shot the video, price was here. And we managed to, push down back into the no close level. And then we popped up and we have a no close level here. All right. And so that's them pushing up here and then coming back off of it. And then this is what they're doing now. So that's the range, the overnight in the current session. Here's the hourly and what that looks like. So now what we're going to do, we're going to read it in real time, roughly about 15 minutes of your time. So if you want to stick around, I appreciate it. If not, I understand there's a little bit of time there, but hopefully you can gather just within a few minutes before you go some of the information that's simple and can probably help you with your trading if you're new to trading. If you're not, hopefully again it can add as a benefit to whatever methodology or strategy that you're currently using. So I appreciate you even taking the time to press play. All right, so let's get into it. So here's the no close. So the NC is the no close back above the level, and the hard stop would be this here. Now that's on the hourly as well. Let me go ahead and just show you that hard stop. Okay, no close bar. So all these little blue boxes is just highlighting the no close bar. So when you look at, I'll just slide this over here so you can see this. This is the hourly. Okay. This is that swing, and then there's that breakdown. We hit that range, and then there's the breakdown. Hit that range, and then there's the breakdown. So you're dealing with the no close. Okay, you're dealing with the no close bar with the NC. All right. So now let's take a look here. All right. So we got the no close. They can go up there. They can test it. Just don't close back above it. You had the no close above this high here. Okay, they ran up there, they hit it. You can rewind the video. I believe that was happening while I was talking. You no close back above here. I know it's a hard stop supposed to be there. That was on that little guy there, but that didn't work. And here's the RM, and here's the R. Now, the RM is just a rejection of the mid. So it rejected the mid twice of this bar. One, two, and they pushed down another bar. Now, no close back above here. Okay, we don't want them to close back above here. And I'm going to try to read all of this to you in real time as well. And then the R is them rejecting the close. Okay, so we want to see them, not close back above here. So this, the NC level here, no close back above here, hard stop here. They overshot the hard stop, but again, no close back above this level. That's why I say it's five different ways to utilize the information. All right, so let me just kind of move that out the way because I don't want that to block what's happening with price. All right, so we'll just use a line here. So let's go with this, and then we don't want them to close back above that level. Hard stop here to try to move down. That's if they want to move down. Now let's take a look at this turn here. In the trend trading video, I said that all reversals mids, all the mids of the reversals are important, as well as the open of that second bar favoring the direction. So that's another price pattern. So the open of the second bar is important uh, to favor the direction. It's like a dual way of looking at it. So the open of the second bar, while waiting for this, we're going to just pick this part. They hit the open of the second bar. They didn't want to close above it. The second one lower, second one lower, second one lower. They didn't want to close above. So we got an RM, so that they're rejecting the mid of the current bar. And this is only going to last about 15 minutes. All right. So rejecting the mid of the current bar. Okay, and that's this mid here. Now you'll see this little black marker here, which is gauging the mid of this bar. So fast entries, okay, knowing that no close back beneath this bar here, okay, and a hard stop back here, you know, so that's how you would play that in real time. So giving you a chance to kind of look at how you would trade it. I'm not a crypto trader. I trade, you know, of course, the micros and the E-minis. So I'm a futures trader. That's what I do. So I primarily focus on the NASDAQ, fast movement. All right. But if you're a crypto trader, this can work for you. If you're a stock trader, Forex trader, no matter what you're trading, you know, you can trade these particular price patterns the same way. All right. So here's the NC, the no close beneath, hard stop here. And so they managed to close above here. And again, these price patterns again can be applied to any time frame as well. So it's all about simplicity. It's not saturated with a bunch of convoluted I guess rhetoric that can't be proven. I'm sure it to you in real time. I'm not here to sell you anything. I want to give you some free stuff that can get your trading where you want it to go. You know, if you just want some efficient results, hopefully this can help. So there's the black marker here is the mid of the candle. So if the mid of the candle can get above this bar's high, no close, hard stop placement, kind of the same ordeal. All right. Now you can eyeball it on your platform. If you're a NinjaTrader user, you can head over to one of the vendors, the free app store. I'm sorry, the free app store over there on NinjaTrader. I do not work for them. I don't have any kind of affiliation with that company, so I'm not in no way telling you you have to purchase anything from them. But they do provide, I believe it's called candle quarters. They provide that. This is not that. There's some other information that I coded for my bars, and it has nothing to do with candle quarters. All right, so but I did get the mid math. The math of the mid is just simple. All right, so the math of the mid, you can do it yourself on whatever platform you're using. So if you're not a NinjaTrader user, you can get the math and then just apply it on the mid here. So there's some information clearly that the candle can provide you. Just one candle can provide you. I can tell you something about just one candle. If it opens up and just push really, really fast in one direction without any kind of oscillation at all, just really, really fast, 3 ticks. The key is 3 ticks. There's a chance there's something going on behind that movement, and it can possibly push a bit more in that direction. Now, how far, that's a whole nother situation, but just that one candle's movement can tell you something. All right. Now it's all about how fast it can do it. No sooner it opens up. That's the most important part. Without any kind of oscillation, just take off, 3 ticks. All right. So that's the one candle can tell you a lot. Needless to say, no close back beneath here. We're still kind of stalling out here. So I'm waiting to see if there's another price pattern that will show up. But while waiting, they're approaching again. This bar is open, and there's the mid of the reversal itself. Now, you have 6 bars lower than the first one. That's the trend. I'll leave all the information below for the trend. I'll leave that below. You have 6 bars. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. Okay, so that's the distance of the 6 here. Okay, I'm trying to see if they're going to form another pattern for us. I haven't took my eye off that. We have 6 off the bottom here. There's 1 that's higher. 2. Yes, so we have another pattern here. They're rejecting the close. Okay, the close of this bar is not that big of a difference on the stop here. But the hard stop behind this little guy right here, they rejected the close twice. They have to absolutely touch the close of the bar, and that's why the R show up. Hard stop right there, 1 2, they touched it, and they should go. Let's see if they do it. That's pretty tight, but let's see if it can happen. So we have 3 here. That's 4, 5. Yeah, I didn't think so. There's 6. All right, so the distance of the 6, can we go that? All right, so let's just measure it like this. All right, so there's the distance of the 6. All right, so they're coming back down, no close beneath this bar here, and hard stop here. Now again, they're running right back up here where all these signals are at. All right, kind of picking up some speed there. Let's see. All right, so now we got the same scenario, and again, you can trade this in real time. You saw that this low, if you want to go back and rewind the video, that's fine. Is not touching that mid, kind of the same ordeal. All right, so this bar here is just reaching right back into this turn here, which the mid of this turn is kind of one and the same. It's still in that same price level. That's why I'm not really adamant about pushing it. But the mid here is important. They managed to shoot up. Uh, they keep closing back beneath the mid. Several wicks is important for reversals. They already broke this low. It's this bar here. Okay, they just tagged that, so they're coming back down now. In real time, you will go. You can remove this leg. Just don't remove this one. All right. Now I know that's not leaving you a big difference on the back end here when it comes to them, falling. Uh, but that's what you would do. So no close back above here. Okay, that's what that would be. Let's do this. Okay, so no close back above here. If they're going to stay down, we may get the R set up on this one as well because they just hit it and they're moving away from it. If the bar closed after hitting that close on that red bar, if it closed beneath it, then we should get a R on the back of this bar here. Okay, maybe that's not it. They can close above here, just hard stop here. All right. Now, this is a stop placement as far as the hard stop if you're trying to pick it up. Let's say you're trying to pick it up off the turn because you believe that they shouldn't break this pivot. This would be a hard stop. This would be the no close level. This bar right here with the NC on it would be a no close level. And then you can see they've been hanging out above it. So, maybe they just, bullying, everybody out. Let's trigger the stops, then turn around. Let's go back up and go higher. So let's see how that plays out here. All right. So right now they removed the first I guess setup, if you will, that deals with the no touch mid. They removed the first. This will be the second for them not to hit the back of this bar. All right. So now we're waiting because it can't be both. So if we're going to do the distance of the 6, let's take a look at that. If we were to do that distance, let's kind of go like this. If we were to do that distance off of that second bar there, it would be this. So that would land us down here. I already know that this is not it. This is not the reversal that I would like to see, but it's not to say it can't work. Um, the mid of the reversal itself, it's kind of tricky if you ask me. But this bar, is is the bull bar that's kind of taking out this one. But the reversal started with this bar, and so we didn't engulf this. We didn't include this in the engulfing. We fell shy of it. There's a lot of wicks here, so yes, it can turn away because of the buildup here. But my main concern is, this may not happen. That's all I can say. This may not happen. It's not to say that it can't, but this may not happen. Now, if you look at the reversal bar itself, I like to go with the actual green bar that turns and go in the opposite direction, but you can do it from this vantage point as well. I'm gonna try to show you something I thought I saw. Oh, here it is. It's right here in front of me. Do forgive me. We don't know what's coming. And that's the thing. We don't know what's coming. They're coming into this low, this mid. You don't know what's coming is important. If you're going with just the bar that stops it, this mid is important. They didn't close beneath me, even though they overshot the turn. Then you gauge this mid. Can they stay above it? And they did. They overshot the turn, but they stayed above the mid. Then they came back with this guy right here. And so then, you just kind of combine the mid, of the bar, and then, you have a drift to the upside here. They even came back and touched the mid of this reversal bar here. I kind of like to go with the engulfing one. They closed beneath it. To me, that's already suspicious, but it managed to to lean over, touch the mid of the hammer itself, and then turn around. So it just all depends on what's happening. I would just tell you that I like the reversal bar. That's what I go with. Hey, the bar that can kind of just take out some of this information. Although I do pay attention to how it turns. That's important too. All right. So now let's see what they're doing. So no touch of the, I mean, rejection of the mid. So now we have the mid here of the green bar. Okay, and they rejected it twice, and that's why the RM is showing up. The RM is showing up because they're rejecting the mid twice. Now, okay, now we have the no touch of this bar's mid, so there's a no close level as well right here. Now, are we building a move to go back up? Now, if you take a look at it from a fractal standpoint, um, let's look at at this hourly really quickly here. We hit this mid, dropped beneath the pivot, but didn't close beneath the mid. They turned around, but they do not have 6 bars up here. They don't have that. All right. So them not having that is a problem. It's not to say it can't go back up, but we definitely know they got 6 red bars going down. All right. So that's a trend in my eyes. Now they're still playing just, in between the range, and we have that sitting here on the chart. But here's the move trying to, head back up. And again, I told you, you can break this pivot, all right, but just don't break this one. So if this trend is to continue from here to the upside, then clearly this one down, it can't last. So, we would have to turn back around and go. So here's another scenario where the low of this bar is a no close level. Okay, so let's get this. There's a no close level, and they're kind of just playing back and forth across that trend line. And if you someone that well, it's a faster trend line, but if you're someone that likes moving averages, uh, I would just tell you that a couple things about them is this. Just try to gauge the space between them moving away from it, then wherever they did that from, that's important. Um, the space that caused them to move away, that was roughly in here. They overshot it and then turned. And just kind of keep that in mind. It's the space where they moved away from, and you kind of get the picture. All right. So had a little bit of space right there, had a little bit of space right there. And so it'll travel, the average would pretty much travel right through the mid of all of that congestion. And so if you use the chart scale method that I released from top to bottom, I'm still waiting for them to build something here. From top to bottom here, the middle of the chart, there's a 50% chance that they'll come to it. And then the upper part of the chart, so you would divide this area in half up here. Okay, now that's if they're on one side. Now if they're all the way down here, it's less likely that they'll get to up here. As long as they're sitting in the middle of the chart, and as you can see, the average is kind of floating right in the middle of the chart. uh, all of that is telling you that you might get this. All right, so if they're still sitting at the center of your chart, there's a 50% chance that they'll just keep sitting here. You need to get them away from here, because right here is just half and half. There's no real win on either side in light of if you're looking for something bigger. Now, of course, if you're not looking for something bigger, you stand on the extremes and you play it from the outside. Now, let me get rid of all of this clutter here, and because I don't want to hold you long. I think we're about to pull up on our 15 minutes here. I wish they actually made a lot more patterns. I don't want to keep you long. But here, this is the other way of trading it. I know you see the R here, like what's that? Okay, so here's another way of trading the rejected close. Uh, it's either rejected close from above and let's keep going, or is we touch this price twice and close beneath it. Let's try to move back down. Okay, so that's another application of that R. Okay, you had it here. You got the rejection close of this bar. They're rejecting it and closing lower. Okay, so it pushed lower a little bit here. Okay, now we don't want to close back beneath the low of this bar. Okay, we don't want to close back beneath its low. Hard stop, behind the bar that's right behind it. So Let's see if we can turn back up there. All right. So what we're doing is we're always waiting, in regard to not just taking fast entries unless you know the kind of setup that you're trying to take. With this particular method, you'll wait 2 bars and just see what can take place. Now, clearly, this bar's low is not touching this bar's mid. Okay. Now, that would mean the hard stop would have to be here, and it's a no close level. It's kind of both. Um, Oh no, they pulled the mid back up, but this still is a no close level. Now the mid moved back to its low. I thought that they can close it further back down on its low. Hard stop here. They managed to stop cold at the back of this pattern here, and they're trying to. There's actually 2 hard stops back here. They're trying to turn it back around. This is okay. That's one. If this bar hits that close and then close back down, you'll have an R that'll pop up here, meaning that it can move down even further. But if we're going to move back up, then there's no close back above this bar. Let me move this and put that line there. And again, this is just reading the information that I provided thus far. Now, if you're looking at the range in relation to all of this information, as well as the hourly, if you're looking at all of this, you're just getting stuck right in that range. Okay, right inside that range. We just finished up the 12 o'clock bar. Okay. And we're still kind of just stuck right in the center of this chart, just really, really tight. So we're coiling up. Now, what kind of move will come from this? That's what we want to know, because if we still have the downtrend in play, we won't get back above this price. Okay, so we got a three piece here. We got like 3 different signals coming in on this bar. So let's see what happens. Let's see. And then I will let you go. Just want to see if they'll go ahead and start making their way down here. Because if you're trading the fractal side of it, what you're doing is you're waiting for this time frame to align itself with the hourly to see if you can get that move down. Because this last push up that they made, okay, which was them right here, and they came back down, that's them overshooting the no close bar here, the no close bar. They even overshot the hard stop level, but they never closed back above the no close bar here, and they managed to move up to it again, and they're pushing back down. So now they triggered everything on this side of it. Now let's see what the response will be. We're still dealing with, and that's the other thing. This is chop. You know how to look at chop, because it's right now it's not moving. It's not really taking a side to either side. It's not really giving you anything of real use as far as how far it's willing to go. It's kind of compressing and then swinging back. This NC is a no close bar, so no close under this price level. They keep leaning under it, but they're not closing. uh, in light of what could happen, I don't like this turn. But if they won't break this pivot, because remember, you can take out this leg here, just don't take out this one. Okay. Uh, this one pushed up, leaned back, and made another high. You can argue that this is a leg. You can do that. I think they're too close. So I say let's make sure. Let's just make sure. You can clip this stuff in the middle, but just because this price level here is what they're having a problem with. You know, that's before they did this. You ran down here about 3 times and didn't want to get past this. Let's go with this. All right, but we are going to regard this last push that kind of cleaned out all of what happened here. That cleaned this out. So we're gonna definitely go with this after this. And say, okay, well, 1, 2. So let's see what's happening now. They're back up here. This is a no close back above level here, as well as this one, but they closed above it. All right, so they closed above that. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna hold you just for a few more minutes. I want to see if we're gonna get a hard pop back up here to this mid, and can we get a close back above the open of that second bar. Let's see if we can get all of that to take place. Again, all in real time. Just want to outline to you this information. And I'll be putting some videos out. Me actually trading the minis and trading the micros. I'll put some videos out and explain to you why I'm taking a trade. And it'll be right about some of the information that you're looking at. Of course, like I said, there's other information that I know clearly, but this is information that's very simple, nothing complicated about it. Uh, the only problem that you would run into is when they're doing this. And even this can provide you extremes. So if you someone that want to trade chop or want to fade small moves and kind of open up that profit margin, this is a way to do it on a very reduced risk scale. Now, some would argue say it's risky trying to trade this. It's all in where it's not supposed to go. Where do the market not supposed to go? Because if they're not going to break this pivot, the closer that they get to it, there's your risk. Just target back to the other side. You know, the only problem I'm having with this information up here is that if they decide to close above here, they're going to move into this price level too to test this as well. Now, this is a no touch scenario here that they're setting up. This no high is not touching that bar. It's mid. As stop can go beneath this bar, no close back beneath this low. But your risk to me is just a little bit higher from this side. Now you can say, well, if they get here, I'll just fade it, and as long as they won't close, I'm going back the other way. Yeah, that can work. It absolutely can. But again, they're going to reach to the mid at some point if they want to close above this bar's open. Clearly, they're going to do that. So now let's take a look at that range and let's see if we're getting ready to get another push up even higher. So they managed to take out the mid. They took out the open of the second bar. This is what I was kind of waiting on here. I was wanting to see them actually get somewhere while I'm recording this, so you can see some of this information play out in real time. We have an hour, okay, before they close above this price level here. So we're still referencing this. This hasn't been removed yet. Can we remove this price level? Now, I can't hold this video for a whole another hour. That's just excessive, but you can go back and check your own charts if you a Bitcoin trader. And if not, again, you can pull it up online somewhere, I'm sure, and kind of go in and see, see the information. Bookmap actually provides it to NinjaTrader users for free. So, and that's how I'm definitely looking at it. I'm, again, not a crypto trader. So hopefully this can be of some use to you. Now, let's see if they can get through the high here. Let's see if we can get through. We'll give it about 3 more minutes or so. See if we can get another price pattern to kind of show up while I'm here with you. Let me just get something here. Okay, so no close back beneath here. And given the size of these bars, that's a whole nother thing we're going to go into. How to do that. We're going to go into that not today, but we'll go into that. But that's important as well. The sizes of them. It's all about increase, and we'll go more into that. So, but let's see if they, will come down. They came down once here. Let's see, can we get that rejection mid happening? So the mid of the bar is here. We need this bar to close right back up, and then we should get an RM here. They're closing beneath the mid of it. Okay, so we're not getting that RM on that particular price pattern there. We're not getting that RM. They're trying to come back with another reversal pattern here again. But let's give it a second and see if they're going to uh, blow through this run up that they just made. Let's see. Now, if you're going, now let's do this. If you're going with let's do that. If you're going with this bar here, the mid of this bar here. Now, it doesn't matter the patterns. It just doesn't. It can be whatever pattern you want it to be. I try to go with the bar that's going in the opposite direction for the mid. But if you go with this bar here, because it can happen from that standpoint too. There's the mid of that, and they're trying to turn back around. All right. So, in all fairness, if they're still on the turnaround and this is just an expansion, only to come back down, that's what you would be looking at. But no close beneath this level, hard stop here. Let's see, can they turn it back around? And again, this is the range. They're still sitting inside of that range. So now we're doing the same thing. All right. So from here, we have the low here, not touching this bar's mid. They're trying to do the pattern back in this direction. Hard stop would be the back of this red bar here. No close back above here. And we'll just give it a few moments here. Now, remember, I told you with the moving averages, you want to see that space, and then wherever they came from, there's a chance that, you may have something. May have something. All right. They kind of was doing it here. Remember the space where they came from. Space where they came from. Space. They kind of broke this. They went under it. That didn't work that time. This was a little bit of space where they came from. So they lifted up a little bit, gave you something, even gave you a little bit more. Didn't really give you no space there, even less. So, that's trying to turn into something. All right, so you can play the moving average. There's other techniques that I know about moving average. That's elementary in my opinion, but it can help. It can help. Anything can help with timing because that's the thing. Trying to get away from getting chopped up. So, and you can use whatever moving average of your choice. It doesn't matter, simple, exponential. It doesn't even matter. Just pick a moving average that complements the market that you're trading or the time frame. That's the only problem with the moving averages. Sometimes you gotta pick something that's more, I guess, more in line with your risk tolerance as well as the volatility that's on that particular instrument that you're trading. All right, so let's see. They rejected here. They're not given another price pattern there, but they're moving away from the mid. Remember the mid of the chart scale. Okay, we're doing the right hard margin here. The mid of the chart scale, is like, hey, don't go down here, which is the bottom of the range. And you definitely should, if you're going to leave the middle of the scale, you're going to one side or the other. So the upper part of that mid would be roughly right about there, if that's the work. Okay. So hard stop behind this bar. Again, if it's just an expansion, just to come back down and trap everybody. Hard stop here. The mid of the reversal, kind of all the same. Just if you go with this bar, it would be that. If you go with this bar, they closed above it. So it just all depends on how you're approaching it and what price is doing. All right. So there's a spinning top. If you go with that bar there, if you're trying to go with, and that's the thing about the patterns that I'm releasing. This is more so let's try to jump the momentum right now to see if it'll give me that push. Depends on how much you're going for. This is more so, this with the close or the mid, testing twice, no close beneath, let's go. That's more so for pullbacks. All right. So the different price patterns are for different things. And so this right here, if it's off the close, that would be here, after touching down twice. This would be off the mid. So that's more so, towards, being able to catch pullbacks. And so they're doing it again. Here we go. So hard stop here, hard stop here. They're trying to honor it and they're pulling down. So hard stop here. They're trying to go under here. They're forming this sell pattern here, trying to get it to go down. Can they close under this level? Or is this just an overshoot of this big bar? Let's see. Let's see. Move this out the way so you can actually see the candles. It looks like they're going to close beneath it. Can they close beneath it? No, they didn't close beneath it, but if they trigger that hard stop, let's see what happens. See if they'll pop right back up and close back above that that price level there. Right now, they're definitely trying to move it down. Okay, all right, let's get back up there. Let's get back up there. I thought maybe they'll pull that stunt of kicking that stop and then coming back and closing above that price level, but they pulled up on it. Now let's see, can we get back up here if they want to try to run this high? Top of the range, the overnight is here. Okay, and then let's take a look at that again side by side. Top of the overnight range is that gray line. The blue line is today's activity. And again, you can get those time windows. I'll leave all the information in the links and in the links below this video. You can grab that. And if you could, hit a like if you watched the whole video and you found it of any use. hit a like or leave me a message about what it is that you think about it. How's your trading going? If you've been using this content, how is it going? I would love to know and see if you're able to turn your trading around with just some of the content that I'm putting out. The most important thing is knowing a location, not dealing so much with going on in the left here. That's why I kind of sectioned this off, where we're just dealing with what's happening here because this is chop. Okay, this is what usually tear people accounts, I mean, absolutely up. And so I'm trying to release some simple information that can help you with just this. And again, to help you with trends too. Again, I try to outline what is a trend, what's the market structure and how to read that. But this video particularly is going to deal with chop, like how to look at chop and get it, to work for you, where the extremes are at. You get your higher time frame because anything dealing with chop, they're stalling you out. And so there's a chance that just one of these price patterns, I would say the rejected twice price pattern, because there's three of them with, of course, different applications of that. It's three different ways to look at it. You can go with that and probably navigate some of this. Now, if you're not going to use that, definitely use the no touch of the mid with the no close bar because it'll pretty much coil you up for the amount of time that another time frame is essentially is on its cycle, and so you'll run into a problem. So if you can, leave me a message. Let me know how it's affecting your trading. If you're finding it of any use, I would definitely respond back to you. And again, this is all free information, so it's meant to just help you. You're still responsible for your own decision making. I cannot make these choices for you, but my goal is to try to just inform you of some of the hidden things that's happening right in front of you if you're new to trading and you're not really familiar with what's happening. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.